I got a question for you. Two questions. Question number one, have you ever driven a Subaru? That's an important question. Because if you've never driven one, you don't really know the distinguishing drive characteristics of the cars, which are absolutely fantastic. Personally, I bought my first Subaru in 2008. It was a WRX hatchback with a 5-speed. And I tell you, at the time they had a reputation of handling like go-karts and going like stink, which is to say they were pretty quick. I had a 2004 Pontiac GTO that was my daily driver at the time, which is the 350 cubic inch LS1 V8 with the 6-speed manual transmission in red. It's a very exciting car with one caveat. It was fun, but only in a straight line. And I gotta tell you, if you've ever had a quick car, you get used to the speed. You get used to the particular experience of it. And I honestly got bored driving with that kind of enthusiasm in just a straight line. I wanted a better handling car. So I went and test drove the WRX. And just a completely different animal for me. It was exactly what I was looking for. Number one, I got to drive sideways and in turns with the same kind of acceleration that I had in my GTO without spinning the back end of it all the way out, which did happen a few times in my attempts to drift the GTO. It's just got a big old heavy front end, doesn't have a perfect 50-50 weight distribution, and the Subaru did. And so I just got hooked on driving my car like imagine a professional driver would. Double clutching, just using all my feet on the pedals all the time. And it brought me a great deal of joy in that driver's experience. And of course, I was into that type of car, that layout, all-wheel drive, to today. All the cars that I've had since that WRX have been all-wheel drive and Japanese. What can I say? So getting to drive one really makes for a massive impression that then you can understand of what all the excitement's about. Number two, I want to ask, have you ever experienced buying a Subaru? It's a good question because guess what? It's different here. It really, really, really is different. And that's kind of mandated from the very top down to us salespeople, down to the particular dealership. They want us to do things a certain way at Subaru. They try to make, well, they do make pricing very transparent. MSRPs are the same across all Subaru dealerships across the nation. So you're not going to find a vehicle that's marked up at one dealership over the other. I will say different dealerships have different incentives, strategies that they devise to make a deal seem really great. We have a great one, which is including a lifetime powertrain warranty on all new Subarus here. That's a big one. That gets us a lot of, closes the sales quite a bit of the time. But the experience overall, purchasing a Subaru, it is different. If you're used to the old school mindset of coming in and haggling with your salesperson, this tug of war, this back and forth of trying to get the best deal, I'm going to be completely honest with you, that doesn't really fly here. When the vehicles are discounted, I don't know when they're going to be. It's kind of random. Frank Fletcher decides that, and I come in here one day and there's a green tag on a windshield or a used car on a hit list. Those are usually ballpark of $1,000 to maybe tops $2,000 off. And so with Subaru, we don't really we don't really offer like these exciting, buzzy kind of purchase options like rebates, 0%, things like that. And at the front end of when you're purchasing a car and comparing us to other brands, that can kind of seem like a downer, because you're going, well, why won't Subaru get in gear? Why won't they give me a big old fat rebate? And I'll tell you, you understand why we don't by the time you're on your second or third Subaru. And I'm going to try and explain this so that it's easy to understand. Our used vehicles here, when they're 1, 2, 3 years old, are Subarus that are certified pre-owned. You've probably pulled through and noticed that the price is not greatly reduced against the MSRP of a brand new vehicle. It's a couple thousand less usually. Can vary to more than that, but the point I'm getting at is that the resale value on these cars is some of the best of any of the major manufacturers. Toyota has a reputation that people have seen. I mean, used Toyotas selling for as much as brand new Toyotas. And Subaru, although not quite, doesn't quite have the fervor that Toyota does right now, we're right up there with them. And what that means for you is that by the time you've driven your car for 2 or 3 years and you're considering trading it in, you're going to get a lot for your Subaru, because it didn't have any of those fake price reductions that deferred your payments, which basically the downside to that, the upside is it's buzzy and it's fun and you feel like you're getting a great deal at the tip of it. The downside of that is when you're upside down in your car, which is to say the car is worth less than you owe on it, which is a common predicament, more common with other manufacturers than Subaru. And I tell you, the buzz that you get from the tip on these kinds of deals, it's nothing compared to the drag of having to deal with being upside down in a car, sometimes thousands upside down in a car. And anyway, with our loyal Subaru customers, when they're on their second, third one, the amount of equity that you have established in your vehicle just becomes greater and greater and greater, so that you don't have to be part of the pack of consumers that wind up upside down in a vehicle and putting them in a predicament where they have difficulty getting rid of the vehicle. They can't sell it outright, right? Nobody in the free market is going to want to pay what they owe if the car isn't worth that. Also, they feel the sting on a trade when we pay off the vehicle, but there is an amount that has to be lumped onto the new vehicle, bringing your payment up higher. And really, at that point, instantly putting you upside down in that vehicle. So it's a problem that just runs downhill the longer you're in it. So I know it's a long time explaining that, but if you can wrap your head around that you're paying a good value price for these vehicles because they are particularly well made, of a particular high quality within their class, the safest and most reliable according to Consumer Reports of all major brands, it becomes a no-brainer at that point, right? And when you get the vehicle and you fall in love with it and it's treating you great all 4 seasons, year round, you're just going to feel better and better when you upgrade to a brand new one, and the brand new one after that. I've got people that are in Subarus now for 10, 15 years straight, and they would never consider another brand. So, safest, most reliable, a blast to drive with the all-wheel drive, really different, and they're kind of unique looking. I'm going to add that, Subarus have a reputation